Can you do both a qualified charitable distribution and contribute to a donor-advised fund? The answer is tricky. I'll explain that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. We love tax planning. There's 6 areas to your financial life, everyone's financial life. Tax planning is one of them, not tax preparation. Tax preparation is reactive. It's a requirement. If you had income in the past year, you have to put the right number in the right box and settle up for last year. Tax planning is proactive. It's looking ahead at your financial situation and also considering deficits and where the direction of taxes and tax rates and all that sort of stuff. And it helps you identify opportunities to pay the least amount of tax over your lifetime, if not multiple lifetimes. Well, recently in a video here, the Wise Money Show channel, which is well over 1,000 videos now, had a fan of the show comment, a fan of one of the videos comment, hey, very helpful information about a qualified charitable distribution. Here's a question. Can I do both a qualified charitable distribution and a donor-advised fund simultaneously? Well, that answer is tricky. And I love the creativity. I love the thinking. Your CFP should be bringing clarity and confidence and creativity to your financial situation. So, just to set the table, let me explain both. Let me explain the donor-advised fund first. Now, the donor-advised fund is an account that you open that's designated for funding or contributing, donating to charities. Okay, so just like an IRA is a retirement account that is set up that has certain tax features, a donor-advised fund is an account that you set up that where those dollars then are earmarked for charitable donations, 501c3, nonprofit charities, eligible charities, okay? So you open up this account and you still have some influence and I can't say full control, but you still have some influence and direction over, of course, how much money you contribute into it, how the money is invested, and then which end charity you send the money to and when, the timing at which you send the money to the charity. So here's the idea. You make a contribution or you transfer money into this donor-advised fund, and it's in that calendar year that it's considered a gift, a donation for tax purposes, and can be a deduction as a charitable contribution on your taxes. But then that money is now in the donor-advised fund, and then you can decide, all right, well, I put 50 grand into this donor-advised fund. I want to send $10,000 to the church. And you do so. And then the next year, I want to send another $10,000 to the church. And then the following year, I want to send another $10,000 to the church. As that money is dispersed to those charities, that's great. It doesn't benefit you on your taxes because you got the tax benefit all clustered and lumped together in that first $50,000 contribution to the donor-advised fund. So makes a lot of sense for bunching charitable contributions and bunching up. So it's a strategy for optimizing your standard deduction versus an itemized deduction. If you're just going to donate $10,000 to a charity each and every year, the standard deduction is still so high that you're probably not going to receive any tax benefit for that. It's a cause you care about, it's church or whatever, so you're going to make that donation, but it's not going to help you on your taxes. What if you made a one-time $50,000 donation? Now you're above that standard deduction, you actually get a benefit in that year, but you don't want to give all that money to the church or the cause you care about right away. Donor-advised fund makes a ton of sense. You can contribute highly appreciated stocks, you can do all sorts of things, lots of creativity. Donor-advised fund for many people is a no-brainer. Now that's very different from a qualified charitable distribution. A qualified charitable distribution is for you to donate money or make a charitable contribution directly out of your IRA, directly to the charity. Those are the rules. And one other rule is you've got to be age 70 and a half. You've got to be age 70 and a half in order to do this. But if you do, then that money comes out of your IRA, and because it goes directly to the charity, it's not taxable to you. And then it's not well, I've got to write it off on my Schedule A, and I'm in retirement, I'm over age 70 and a half, I'm not itemizing my deductions anyway, so I had to pay tax when I took money out of my IRA, and I never got the charitable charitable deduction. No. A qualified charitable distribution cuts through all that, and it takes the money directly out of your IRA, directly to the charity. You don't pay tax on those dollars, and it can help offset your required minimum distribution now at age 73 or beyond. So qualified charitable distribution, slightly different. That's in retirement after age 70.5, money directly out of your IRA to the charity. So now that we've got our bases covered, get back to the question. Can I do a donor advised fund and a qualified charitable distribution, a QCD, simultaneously? The answer is yes and no at the same time. Let me hit the no first, because that's likely the root of the curiosity in the question. Can I do a QCD right out of my IRA? I'm 70.5 or older, right out of my IRA, and go into a donor advised fund. I want to make a donation. I want to have dollars come out of my IRA, not taxable, but I don't know which charity I want to give the money to yet, or I don't want to release all of the money to them all at once. So can I do a qualified charitable distribution out of my IRA directly into a donor advised fund? That answer is no. That answer is no. One of the requirements currently, I could see them changing this, but to my knowledge, they have not changed it yet. One of the requirements for a qualified charitable distribution is that the money has to come out of your IRA, but go directly to the end charity. Go directly to the end charity. They need to be named, listed on the check that your IRA sends. The money can't go to you, and it can't go to a third party. It can't go somewhere else. It's got to go directly from your IRA to that end charity, and therefore, it can't go to your donor advised fund. I could see this, to me, is a nuance. I don't believe it really matters from a tax standpoint, and therefore I could see them changing this rule with so many stimulus and tax law updates. I could see them tucking this in as a little blurb, and all of a sudden these rules are more flexible. But as of right now, my knowledge is they don't allow it. So you cannot do a QCD into a donor advised fund. But say, depending on your financial situation, you're over age 70.5, maybe you're into your RMD years and you don't need the money, but you are going to be making donations, and you want to do a qualified charitable distribution directly out of your IRA, directly to the church or to a charity. Great, you can do that. Say you then have some other funds, maybe some highly appreciated investments that were in a joint account, or maybe some other cash that you had, and you want to maybe do a Roth conversion above and beyond your required minimum distribution or whatever, and you want to offset some of that taxes with a big itemized deduction. And therefore, you want to take some other cash and make a big deposit into a donor advised fund. Can you do that? Yes. So you can do these simultaneously. You just cannot fund a donor advised fund from a qualified charitable distribution. Creative tax planning strategies, that's the big idea. So work with your certified financial planner. Get proactive about your tax picture. Do that tax planning so that you can pay the least amount of tax over your lifetime. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go on and take your next wise step in your financial life.